Hi, in this video our Delta Tables specialist Sarika Patel will show you how to work with Delta and Azure Synapse Lake Databases. Hi Sarika.
Hi everyone. Happy to be here. Let's first import some sample data. For that, let me create a notebook. We can create a folder to organize it better. You may want to rename your notebook. As an example, I'm going to use the Binance API to get a list of currency symbols and some additional metadata. Let's do that with Python. With the standard request library, I'm going to create a request to the Binance REST API. Define a base URL for the API address and a resource to parameterize the queried object, in this case the exchange info. We can store the response as JSON in a variable called data. Let's print the results to get an idea of the object schema. Data is a complex object, but I know in advance that it contains an array called symbols. So let's move on and open a new paragraph. I'm going to create an empty list and iterate over the symbols array and data. I want to append every currency symbol. Let's have a look again at the object schema to select some additional attributes. Suppose the following attributes are valuable for your business or your use case. I selected symbol, status, base asset, and quote asset. We need to define the column names. And now we can create a data frame. We can display its first rows to check our progress. I forgot the parentheses to create the tuples. Now we can see our preliminary results in a tabular format. The next step is to persist the created data frame as a Delta table. For that, and this is why I love Synapse so much, I already linked a storage account at the workspace. In the demo container we can create a new folder. Let's use development source and create a new folder called BNC for the new data source. Inside it we can create a folder called symbol to store the Delta table. In the folder info we can get the URL we need to access this location from our notebook. Now we can finalize the data location. We are going to write the symbol data frame, overwriting the data if exists, using the Delta format, to the location definer above. If we now navigate the symbol folder, we can see the Delta table log and the data files. We can reduce the number of files repartitioning their data frame, but let's skip optimizations for future videos. Now let's do something even better. We can create a data lake database to expose this data to business users. For that we can use Spark SQL and the create database, or create schema statement. In fact, Azure Synapse already provides a functionality for that. In the Data tab, we can select the plus symbol, and then Lake Database. Unfortunately, Delta format is not supported, and we can only select Parquet or delimited text. As a workaround, just define the name of the database, select Parquet, leave the other values by default and publish it. This will do the trick and create the database for our Delta table. We can return to our notebook, and I will show you how to create the database with code. You may need to refresh the Lake Databases. Now we are ready to create a table in our Lake database pointing to the Delta table in the storage account. Let's first define the location and copy the value from the paragraph above. In Spark SQL, create a table in the BNC2 database called symbol using Delta location. You can use preferred Python method to add the Delta table path variable to the create statement string. I forgot to put the path into single quotes. Now the table is created. You may need to refresh again. You can see the table and its columns under the database BNC2. Now business users can use SQL to query the data in a simple way. Let's for example order the data by the symbol. We also have IntelliSense for SQL, I love it. And here we finished our demo. I hope you find it useful.